later in life, and who would have thought that this boy who got average C grades in, English to begin with, and then was moved into the gifted program where I felt like I was swimming underwater half the time, would end up being a best-selling author. But that's also thanks to my sister. So English, and then I loved my music. I loved my music classes, and it pains me to see, and I think sports are also very important, but you know what? School systems, and we all need to fight and stand up for this, don't cut the music and drama programs just because the sports team needs a new outfit. Because our choir in our high school, we had the same choir robes that they had in 1952. And every year the football team got new outfits. Go lesbians too. So yeah, so I'm a real, at the high school I went to that puts all the money into sports and programs and stuff like that, and I might be speaking way out of turn, and I'm sure I'll get a letter about it, but I don't give a shit. The music department and everything in that school, shut down, non-existent. How many sports stars have come out of that school? None. Myself, Andy Dick, Anthony Rapp, all came out of the same school. And others. So there you go. Thanks, hon. Yes.
Hi.
Rose.
Oh, hi. So my question is, you said you loved Gene Kelly. My opinion, you're the new Gene Kelly. That's just me. But is there any musical theater roles that you haven't played but would love to?
I would like to be Elphaba but Wicked. Yeah, well, I don't think, that's one of the things, like that other question, I don't think about that. I was offered was it last year or the year before, it was like 5 different Broadway productions, and they didn't gel with me. So there's things that work for me and there's things that don't. Yeah, off the top of my head, I know there is one story I would love to do, and I know Jerry Herman quite well, and Jerry, I know I would love to have the end, since my sister and I are now becoming better in their storytelling and stuff. I'd like to rewrite the ending of Mac and Mabel, and I'd love to one day play. I think I'm still a bit too young, but unless I do it as unless I do play Mac as my own age, and maybe the Mabel is a much younger Mabel, maybe in her early 20s, I think that would work. I love the song, I Won't Send Roses.
Oh, that's one of my
I
favorites.
won't send roses or hold the door. You won't remember which dress you wore. My heart is too much in control. The lack of romance in my soul can turn you gray, kid. So stay away, kid. Forgetting birthdays, I forgot the word. Is guaranteed, and though I'll love you, you'll be the last to know. I want some roses, 'cause roses suit you. So I was meant to go that side, sorry, yes. I don't know which side I'm batting for. You would love it with both, wouldn't you? Yes. Sorry?
Now that I'm speechless, because that's one of my favorite songs.
Great.
When it comes to my 3 nerdiest obsessions, you hit the trifecta. Obviously, Doctor Who Torchwood, musical theater, And third, I understand that you once did a Shakespeare play at the National Theater.
Oh, yeah.
And so I have a two-part question. One, would you ever consider doing Shakespeare again? And second, what was it like being in the Doctor Who episode Utopia with Shakespeare icon Derek Jacobi?
Well, first off, the reason that I didn't get to do Shakespeare, I was originally coming over to the UK to study, to get my degree, and to study Shakespeare, and it was Anything Goes, the show that I first got that took me away from Shakespeare. But then 13, 14 years later, Anything Goes, which I was doing at the National Theatre, brought me back to Shakespeare because Trevor Nunn then asked me to be in Love's Labour's Lost with Joseph Fiennes. And I was very nervous because I'm thinking I'd never trained. Here I was, this musical theater guy, and Trevor's like, you know what, John, you're going to be fine because musical theater people are often the best Shakespearean actors because it's like music. So I was like, okay. So I did it, and it was one of the greatest experiences of my life. So I was brought back to Shakespeare. I'd love to. Trevor then asked me again to do another Shakespeare piece, which I wasn't able to do. I do get asked to do them. I'm not. I don't know. It depends. Maybe later in life I'll do other stuff. And Derek Jacobi, just amazing. Derek was just wonderful to sit with and to watch him work. And that's the other thing, the great joy that I have in the work that I do. I come into work, and as David does, we would both be like, oh my God, it's Derek's scene today. You know, and David is a very good Shakespearean actor himself also. He's amazing. And for both of us to sit and watch this man who can do everything, just brilliant. So yeah, it was a thrill. You're welcome. Yes.